Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Murtis, Gamer Logic here, and today we are going... let me get this out of the way. We are going to be doing a game room tour via the Microsoft HoloLens 2. This is something that I am doing some R&D on, and just trying it in several different applications, and I thought, hey, how cool would it be to do a game room tour? So I'm going to end up probably doing 2 videos before the end of the year. One will be through the HoloLens, and the other one will be through my better cameras, just because those are 4K, the details are better. I think this thing does a maximum of 720p, but I wanted to see, what it's like talking, working, and being truly hands-free. So in today's video, we are going to do the end of 2021 update for Gamer Logic's Game Room. So let's go. Alright guys, happy holidays and welcome to the Game Room Tour. Again, I have been doing these for over 13 years now, so I can't quite tell you everything that's changed in this room. I mean, I know some shelving, the number of games, setups and stuff have changed. One of these days I will have to go through those videos and just see what some of the biggest changes are, but this is what we're looking at for the room for 2021. So I guess why don't we start over in this corner of the room. It is nice being totally hands-free here, and hopefully this is coming across okay and you guys aren't getting seasick. Again, I apologize if this doesn't turn out as good as it should. But walking through the door here, obviously you kind of get the main picture of the game room here. All together with the cartridges, the complete and boxed games, CD games, import games. There's probably about, 5,000 to 6,000 games in here total. I do have some more in storage, and again, my rate of collecting has slowed down exponentially. Just because there's not a ton of stuff that I pick up. I find I pick up more stuff for articles these days than anything, especially if I play them via emulation or an optical drive emulator or stuff like that. So let's talk this side of the room here. When you're first walking in, I love this power switch. Basically, it's got sound effects, but up and down turns off most of the lights in here. The whole lighting setup in here is kind of twofold. Everything is set up on Philips Hue, so these are colored light bulbs, including the lights here for like the statues and stuff. I might as well use my Iron Man pointer. So this right here is great for just lighting up a room, right? I love these little light strips. Again, multicolored. You can see the same thing over here for the Castlevania figures there, and I actually have them set up between the monitors here. So one there and one there, if you can see my lines come out. And of course I have the nano leaves here. I love this and I love this. These guys have been really handy for a multitude of reasons. This sun, especially the winter sun that comes through this window here, is just nasty. It gives me headaches. So I can shut these shades and I can actually just light up the room with this stuff and kind of have a little bit of like a natural daylight feel. So it's nice because that comes across on my webcam and also comes across well when I'm recording my videos for YouTube and other things. So the great thing, and I'll show you guys, is you can actually turn on screen matching for every light, practically every light in this room. So if I want to color match stuff with whatever's on screen, especially with my retro games here, I can do that. It's pretty awesome. It really does enhance the game super well. So back to the corner here, one of my favorite Castlevania posters right over there. I got my beams back here. This was a piece that came from Mondo, just Richter making his way over to Dracula's castle, and of course a whole bunch of boneheads surrounding him, and he's just getting ready to kick ass among the swarm. So I love that thing. Super cool there. Up here you will see my Final Fantasy VIII figure collection. It's not all of them. There's some of them that are just moved across the room here. But I actually really like Final Fantasy VIII. So we got Irvine, we got Renoa, we got Cypher, Quistis, Squall, Laguna, and these guys. I love my lightsabers. I have a bunch. I don't do as much Star Wars stuff as I used to, especially for that small period of time when I was doing stuff for Hasbro. But I do really love these. They work great. They light up well here. Let's see if we get a light up on this. Love these. Alright, turn off. 2, 3, 4, go. Love those lightsabers for sure. Over here is the cartridge. Give me my hand lasers back if you would please. Thank you. Is my loose cartridge collection. And on top of that, we have some just general miscellaneous stuff, miscellaneous figures from all sorts of different things here. Xenogears, Nier, couple collector's pieces like the Ninja Savior Special Edition, Windjammer Special Edition, this really cool Castlevania puzzle, and of course I got miscellaneous stuff up on the top here. So yeah, game-wise, this is not as filled out as it used to be, just because over the course of 2021, I've actually been able to get more boxes and manuals, so I can get a complete in box for some of these games. So that's why you see some games basically like falling over here, because I pulled them out and I've moved them either to over here, or they're up there because I have no room. So, yeah. But, I'm super happy with this collection. This I actually have boxes for on the way, including some reproduction boxes for some reproduction games like Star Fox 2, Clock Tower, things like that. But, yeah, very happy with my loose Super Nintendo collection. No complaints there. Here's my NES games. Going down, you get over to the Sega Genesis area. I do have some import games over here. For example, these are Tandy games, if I remember correctly. And then we have some Famicom stuff over here. Some great Famicom games in my collection. Then we get over to Super Famicom and 64, some more Super Famicom and 64, and some miscellaneous stuff, as you can see, and Jaguar. But yeah, I love my loose games. Over here, looking at the top of the wall, we have some Final Fantasy VII figures. I love these. Along with the Final Fantasy VII figures, you also have my ODST from the Halo the graphic novel sealed. That was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, if I remember correctly. And then we have the stuff over here kind of on the side before we get into the closet. For those of you who don't know, this year I was actually able to perform with Freedom Williams of CNC Music Factory. I was his DJ. and it was cool, you know, getting his tracks and setting the setup with him and performing with him. I had a blast. That was just an incredible time. So knowing that I was going to get to work with him, I decided to bring my CNC Music Factory Sega CD game that I had loose and had him sign it. So got this frame, and this is just something that I'm proud about, that I was able to immortalize here, because huge opportunity to be able to work with someone like Freedom Williams, huge hits in the 90s, right? Just super down-to-earth guy, but I thought I should immortalize this, because this is it's a big achievement for me, at least in the musical side of things. So cool there. Some miscellaneous stuff here, but why don't we go ahead and get this out of the way. Just put this in this corner. And we'll open this up. So yeah, this is the Closet of Doom, and I'm going to try lighting this up a little bit with my phone so you guys can see. But there's all sorts of stuff in here. This is where all my extra box systems and miscellaneous other box stuff hang out. And I gotta clean this stuff up a bit, but got a boxed Model 2 Sega CD, we've got a Dreamcast, we got a couple Xbox systems, some Model 1 Sega Genesises, 4 boxed Nintendo 64s, PC Engine GT, I'll pull that out a bit, Commodore 64. Over on this side of the shelf, Virtual Boy box, Famicom Model 2, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, Famidisc System, Famicomputer, TurboGrafx-CD, 32X, Sega Saturn, FrameMeister, there's BioShock. There's some modern stuff in here too. But we've got, you know, Sony PlayStation. We got a bunch of other stuff down here. And if we go to this other side here, but wait, there's more. We got a Commodore 64C, some various models of the PlayStation, including the audiophile version, Model 2 Sega Genesis, Xbox One X, PlayStation 4, AVS, another OG Xbox. We got some Beatmania stuff, really cool Nintendo 64 case here. And then these actually have just miscellaneous systems that I may not have the boxes for, or they're extras, but I gotta clean this out and move some stuff around a little bit, because as you can see, it is filled to the gill. So yeah, that's that side. If you notice blue stuff popping up, that's just because the headset is scanning the room. This is my complete in box collection over here, which is overflown to this, but I guess we'll talk about this side of the room basically. So sorry, and I'm trying not to bob my head. There's just a little flashing camera that I can and can't see, and I just want to make sure that this is actually recording. So hopefully you guys haven't puked yet. Really cool Castlevania Shadow box there that my wife got me for Christmas. I love that. As well as another Castlevania Shadow box. Pixel Frames, I think makes those. But looking at the actual cartridges here, we start with Sega Genesis on the top. Complete in box Sega Genesis games. Then we get into a little mix-up of things. We've got some NES games here. These are some of these are the more modern ones, right? Like this is the Retrobit reissue of Metal Storm. I have a Famicom original of this, but this is their reproduction. I love Metal Storm, so wanted to pick that up. For here is Holy Diver, which I also have on the Famicom, but wanted to get a complete in box, figured I'd jump into that. There's this Joe and Mac Ultimate Caveman Collection, which has all the Joe and Macs, and of course R-Type 3, the third Lightning on there. Some miscellaneous 32X stuff, some N64 game stuff on top of that. But otherwise we get into the boxed NES collection, which of course, my favorite, the Castlevania series. Happy to have all 3 of these complete in box. Clash at Demon Head. This is actually a new copy. This is sealed. I don't have many sealed games. I don't like typically having sealed games, but I have an extra of this. I got it for $10 at the time, so pretty cool having a Complete copy of Clash at Demon Head. Codename Viper. Dr. Chaos. I love Dr. Chaos. Love that artwork. Creepy stuff. Go 13. Top Secret episode. Goonies 2. Guardian Legend. Quantum Fighter. Of course, the Legend of Zelda games. Life Force. The Ninja Gaiden games. Power Blade. Here's another one that I guess is going up there in value. It's pre-played, but Power Punch 2. Shadowgate. So you can see I got a lot of NES stuff. But obviously that was one of the big systems I played when I was a kid, so a lot of nostalgia there. Let's back up just a tad bit here. Here you're looking at all of my boxed Super NES games, and of course there are more up there. But I got a pretty decent collection of Super NES games. I got both ActRaisers here. Love those games. Have not played the remaster of ActRaiser. Want to. May wait until there's a physical version of that. But otherwise, I should really put that on my Christmas list. Blackthorn, Brainlord, both Breath of Fires. Complete. Got a Chrono Trigger, complete in box. A little beat up on the corners and stuff like that. It's really freaking crazy how much this is going for. Contra 3, another favorite. Cybernator. Doom. A quote-unquote complete copy of Earthbound. This is just a reproduction box. One of these days I'll have a full version of that when the price is right. Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Mystic Quest, all 3 Final Fights. I think Final Fight 3 is jumping up in value too, if I remember correctly. 2 copies of Killer Instinct, Legend of Zelda, Mega Man X, Star Fox. Still amazes me how much crap that this game gets. Shadowrun on the Super NES. I still prefer this to the Genesis version, and don't get me wrong, I love the Genesis version. Maybe it's because this is what I played first, but I love this game. Another sealed game. Again, I don't keep games sealed. Very strange that all of my sealed games actually come from Vic Tokai, because I think that Golgo 13, it was at one time a sealed game, and Clash at Demon Head was as well. But this is one of my favorite underrated SNES games, and this is sealed. Again, I have a loose copy of this, and it's a great game, escaping from a sinking ship. Star Fox, all the Street Fighters, Super Mario RPG, and a load of other games. Before we jump over to that side, let's talk about this section here. Artovision. Really cool stuff. I've seen them at a bunch of conventions this year. I saw them in, I want to say, Iowa. I saw them for sure at Pinball Expo and Midwest Gaming Classic this year. Picked up a bunch of stuff from them, which you'll see. But this is the first time I've ever seen any official Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake merchandise. So I absolutely had to pick that thing up. But there you go. You got like this kind of 4D setup of Metal Gear from Solid Snake. No, that's not Metal Gear Solid 2. That's the MSX2 version of Metal Gear 2. The real sequel, not Snake's Revenge. Speaking of Snake, holy crap, I love this statue of Solid Snake here. So cool. First for figures. There's a more fancier version available that's got like a spinning box and everything. But this was a version that was available to me. It's humongous. It weighs a crap load. And it's just, again, super detailed. I love it. Over here is, it's a little bit of everything. This is, let's see if I get my laser hands back here. There we go. A little bit of handhelds. So I got a Game Boy Advance and a Wonder Swan and a Neo Geo Pocket, along with arcade replica cabinets, these mini arcade replica cabinets. So Street Fighter, a USB change machine, Tempest, Centipede, Dragon's Lair, Asteroids. We've got the Astro City cabinet from Sega down here. We've got the Neo Geo that came out probably like 2 years ago. And then we've got the 1942 that came out from New Wave Toys. And then down here, this was kind of my little Valhalla shrine, essentially. There's Jill and Dana and Rad Sheba, as well as these awesome glasses from the bar itself, along with a Game Gear and a couple of coins. Sadly, this stuff is going to be coming out soon because I have a 1943 cabinet on the way, as well as a Taito cabinet. They're doing a mini cabinet for the Taito cabinets. So that's going to be going down here along with 1943. I'm going to try to get a Qbert. So this stuff is going to come out. I got to find a new spot for it. But as you can see, like lined up with these arcade cabinets are miscellaneous handhelds. Original Mario Game & Watch, Game Boy Micro Famicom Edition, Game & Watch Super Mario Brothers, the modern one. Down here too, there's a mini Game Gear, and then there's a mini Game & Watch. A full-size Game Gear down there. Over here is supposed to be the CD games, but there's overflow with cartridges. As you can see, I've got like Solstice, extra copy of Lester the Unlikely there, Gyrus, Jurassic Park 2, Super Double Dragon, some of the more of the retro bit stuff. Then we get into the actual DVD-based games, we should say, on the top here. PlayStation 2, Xbox, on Xbox games start here specifically. Then we get down into the PlayStation stuff. I should say PlayStation 2. And then down here, as I flip over my chair, is the CD-based stuff. So we've got some Saturn stuff here, import Saturn. There's some Dreamcast stuff here, import PlayStation, and then actual PlayStation games, along with some TurboGrafx stuff. Neo Geo. Oh, pretty cool. Alright, had to take a quick break there. Over on this side of the room, got some more beautiful Artovision stuff. Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, cover art that was used for the game, at least the cover art that was used for the Japanese version. We got some pretty crappy art for the US version. But Alucard, and of course right in front of him, is this badass First for Figures Alucard statue. Love this. Next to him, of course, is Simon Belmont. I have a dedicated light for them. Limited run production of Streets of Rage 4. And then another terrific framed shadow box from Artovision, Street Fighter 2. And then we open this guy up. I can do this because I'm hands-free at the moment. And my headset literally just flashed and went, oh my god, more crap. In here, you've got a little bit of everything. You've got some Super Famicom stuff. You've got some Wonder Swan stuff. You've got Famicom Disk System. You have PSP. You have 3DO. You have Master System. You have Neo Geo AES, PSP, PS Vita, as well as Sega Saturn, Sega CD stuff, the full box stuff. What is the most expensive Sega Saturn game in my library? Panzer Dragoon Saga. Not too shabby. Stepping back here, we get to the corner of the room. And this is the Sega Saturn kiosk. This I actually have stuff running through now due to a HDMI to composite video step-down converter. So this is pretty cool in the fact that I can actually use this TV. I have that Sega Saturn that's right there, if you can see that. And that it works, right? And I can play the actual controllers and stuff down there. But I just want something easy for this TV to function. So I ended up getting a HDMI to AV step-down converter. And then on the back of this TV here, I actually have an HDMI splitter that puts the signal out to this thing, basically. I think I paid like, I don't know, $14 for the HDMI to AV step-down. Oops, that wasn't supposed to come up. Sorry about that. I think I only paid a few bucks for that. So, it puts out the image to the TV. It's not a true 4:3 image. As you can see, the bars there are pretty bad. The picture looks okay, but like I said, I just wanted to be able to actually display stuff on here. I love this cabinet. I really do wish I could replace the light that is right here, but I can't even get this thing open without potentially cracking it, so I'm just going to let things be as they may. You might be able to tell, but I actually got LED strip lights on the top that's making that blue light there for the Sega Saturn console itself. I did that as opposed to the fluorescent bulbs that are in there because they buzz and they're annoying as hell, so that's why I got that. My Lasco fan, because it does get hot in the room, especially during the summer, so it's a quiet fan. I can actually have it on while I'm working in a meeting, so that's nice. This is my Sony broadcast video monitor that someone donated to me at work. Really awesome guy. Can't thank him enough for giving me this thing. I love this thing. Great quality, great for referencing stuff. Especially when you're using an upscaler here to capture footage and stuff, you really get a great reference for how things look. And I just love both of these. The picture for both here are pretty incredible and fairly close for the most part. I mean, there's a little bit of difference in the color saturation, but it's just great being able to compare both. This is a mister that is actually being used right now, and that's piping the signal to everything. This is the beta CPS 2 cores that are out. Man, can't say enough about Mister. That's really going to be handy for our Tampa, Florida setup. Of course, some of my other consoles here. We've got the Japanese Sega Saturn. That's got an optical drive emulator in there. The PlayStation has an optical drive emulator in there. And then if we look down here, I know it's kind of dark. There is a Panasonic 3DO, a PlayStation 2, Atari Jaguar, Model 1 Sega Genesis. Down here we've got PC Engine, Sega Dreamcast, Famicom, and a Super Nintendo. Love this setup. As you can see, I got a bunch of the 8-bit DO controllers that work fairly good, especially for Mister, as well as these consoles, especially if you're using the 2.4 as opposed to the Bluetooth connection. But works pretty nice. Okay, over in this section is the bookshelf. I mean, I guess I should talk about these really quick, right? Awesome Street Fighter II marquee work. Over here, we've got some miscellaneous stuff, some Castlevania statues. Is it really 1205? Yes, I guess it is. Some Pac-Man stuff. But this is, again, a little bit of everything. The whole setup for this is actually meant to hold all of my video game vinyl soundtracks, but there's other stuff in here just because I don't have room. This is like overflow, so here's some of my new records. Just got this Ys, Oath, and Felghana not too long ago. There's some big box games. Here is a recent pickup. This is a Turbo Express. We'll talk about this thing in a second. We'll finish the video with this. But there's like limited edition Switch games and other stuff in the back there. Same thing for here. This is a new addition to the game room. This is Dracula from Castlevania Symphony of the Night, first for figures. Poison. I think she is from Pop Culture Shock, but she is awesome. And then down here, we've got all of our miscellaneous video game soundtrack or video game inspired soundtracks as well. My mom picked up the Streets of Rage 2 vinyl soundtrack for me because I kind of asked for it because I didn't really think she was going to get it for me. And she did. And man, I just jumped right into vinyl big time, just like I did when I used to DJ with vinyl records. I still DJ now, but I'm digital at this point. But so many soundtracks. It is not a cheap hobby, but I just love the art. I love the sound. It's a cool way to collect game soundtracks. Nothing wrong with CDs, of course, but there's just something special about this. Over here, Nano leaves some more shadow box art miscellaneous stuff. Of course, my turntable. This is a Crosley turntable, which a lot of people give Crosley crap, which they should, because most of their stuff is absolute crap. Especially those little vinyl boxes, right? They just destroy vinyl. But this unit here, the C200, is actually pretty solid. I have not had many issues with this. I've replaced the preamp with a custom one, and it functions, right? I've had Technics turntable, Techniques, however you want to say it, as well as a Statin turntable, a couple other different turntables, and I've had them repaired, and they just don't last. They're just kind of beyond their age, so I got tired of messing around with those and just said, hey, you know what? This does the job for me. It plays records right, the speed is consistent, it's stable, and it's worked well, so this is an A-OK unit for me. My Sony stereo, miscellaneous recording equipment, and of course my main PC setup, an Alienware ultra-wide monitor, 32, 37. Love having the extra real estate. Nice when you're working on videos, nice when you're working on spreadsheets especially, but haven't done much gaming on it, believe it or not. And also not fun for anyone that's in a remote session that you need to share stuff with. Again, because this is on a capture card, I'm able to throw things over to that monitor right there, which is awesome. Don't do a lot of PC gaming anymore, guys. I just really don't. Alright, final section of the room we'll talk about, because we're getting a little long here, is this little Castlevania section in the middle. Of course, I got 3 shadow boxes on the right here, Symphony of the Night, but the middle section there, Tom Dubais, or Dubais, however you want to say his last name, gave me this awesome piece here. This is a print of Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, his original artwork, signed and everything. Really, really essential piece of the game room here. One of my favorite pieces of Castlevania art. One of my favorite game covers, period. Just really happy to have this in my collection. So, yeah, I think we'll stop there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like I said, hopefully this doesn't make you seasick. And it turned out okay. But like I said, I'm probably going to go through and do like a standard video of this via my other cameras. But before we go, this is my PC Engine GT / Turbo Express. I got to get a new bezel for this. Got this basically brand new from a seller at Pinball Expo. I mean, this is in mint shape. Had to have the caps replaced, but it just functions great. I love this thing. And if you can keep your head still, I could see how this would be great for recording handheld stuff. I'm going to guess, because I can feel my head moving when I press the button, that you guys are probably going to throw up. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it turned out okay. And until next time, folks, take it easy.
Thanks for taking the time to watch Gamer Logic. If you enjoyed what you just watched, please take a moment and leave a thumbs up on this video. If you think someone else would enjoy this video, Please share it, and don't forget to subscribe to see future GamerLogic videos. If you'd like more GamerLogic content, then be sure to follow me on Instagram for daily photos and videos full of fantastic video game related content. On Facebook, be sure to check out the official GamerLogic Facebook page for even more content. See you next time!